Okay, we're going to look now at the surface area of cones. So the curved surface area of the cone is pi RL. Okay, so that's, imagine like if you're eating an ice cream cone, that's the cone part. And then the total surface area is going to be the curve bit plus the base. So the base is just a circle, and you know the area of a circle is pi r squared. And then this is a very important relationship then between L, which is the slant height, the perpendicular height is h, and the radius is r. And you can see they make a wee right angle triangle. So L squared equals h squared plus r squared. So that's coming from Pythagoras' theorem. So question 1 then, work out the surface area of the following cones given your answer to one decimal place. So this is part A. So our radius is 6, our slant height is 11. So the surface area means the total surface area. So that equals the curved surface area, pi RL, plus the base, which is pi r squared. So that's pi times 6 times 11 plus pi times 6 squared. So that's 66 pi plus 36 pi, which gives us 102 pi. And it asks to give your answer to one decimal place. So putting that into your calculator, we get 320.4. Its area, so the lengths were in centimeters, so our area is centimeters squared. Part B then. So we've got lots of measurements on here, and what they're really trying to say is, do you know what ones that you actually need? So our total surface area, remember, is pi RL, the curved bit, plus the circle at the base, pi r squared. So we need the radius. Now we're given that the diameter is 56. So the radius is going to be half of that. So that's 28 centimeters. So putting that in, and then our slant height is the other one that we need, and that's 53. So pi times 28 times 53 plus pi times 28 squared. So that's 1,484 pi, multiplying the 28 by 53. 28 squared is 784. Adding those together, we get 2,268 pi. Now remember, it asked to one decimal place. So putting that into your calculator, 7,125.1. Our lengths were all in centimeters, so our units for area are centimeters squared. Okay, for part C then, we're trying to find the total surface area. So remember, total surface area is the curved surface area, which is pi RL, plus the base, which is pi r squared. Now we have L here is 7, but this 5 is h. So we need to find our radius r. So we're going to need to use Pythagoras' theorem here. So we'll have L squared equals h squared plus r squared. So that's 7 squared equals 5 squared plus r squared. Square the 7 and the 5 and we get 49 equals 25 plus r squared. Bring the 25 across and take it away. So we get that r squared is 24. So r equals the square root of 24. So putting all that into your formula for area, it's pi times root 24 times L, which is 7, plus pi times root 24 squared. Now the square root of 24 squared is just going to give you 24. But putting all that into your calculator, we get 183.1 centimeters squared. Our next one then, calculate the surface area of the following cone given your answer in terms of pi. So we have our total surface area is our curved surface area pi RL plus the base pi r squared. So our radius is 8 and our slant height L is 17. So pi times 8 times 17 plus pi times 8 squared. So 8 by 17 gives us 136. And 8 squared then is 64. So add those together, we get 200 pi. It tells us to leave it in terms of pi, so we'll stop there. But remember, we still need units. So our lengths are all in centimeters, so our area is centimeters squared. Okay, so slightly harder ones now. Calculate x in each of the following. So this is where you're given the surface area and you have to find a length, a radius, something. Okay, so the total surface area, it's 792 pi. Now be very careful, there's a pi there. So our total surface area, remember, is pi RL, the curved part, plus the base, which is pi r squared. So putting in everything we know, 792 pi is our total surface area, equals pi times 11 times x, which is our slant height, plus pi times 11 squared. Now you should be able to see that pi appears in everything, so we can cancel all of those out and it makes the question so much easier. We have 792 then on the left hand side equals 11x plus 11 squared, which is 121. So we have to solve this equation. So 792 take away 121 will give us 11x, and that means 11x is 671. So to get x, we divide that by 11, and we get that x is 61, and it's a length, so centimeters. Part B then, this time it just gives us the area as 100. There's no pi this time. So remember, total surface area equals pi RL, the curved part, plus the base pi r squared. So that's 100 equals pi times 2 times our slant height, which is x, plus pi times 2 squared. So that's 100 equals 2 pi x plus 4 pi. So I'm going to bring this 4 pi over to the left hand side, and it's a plus on the right hand side, so it will become a minus on the left hand side. So 100 minus 4 pi gives us 87.43. Now I want to take this 2 pi over. It's a multiply by 2 pi, so when I take it across, we're going to be dividing by 2 pi to get x. And that gives us x is 13.9, and our units are centimeters. Our last part then, part C, so this time we're looking for x and it's the radius. And again, notice in the total surface area, we have a pi down here. So our total surface area is pi RL, the curved part, plus the base, which is pi r squared. So 36 pi equals pi times x times 5 plus pi times x squared. Again, hopefully you can see that there's pi in each of the terms, so we can cancel those out. So we have 36 equals 5x plus x squared. Now this is as difficult as you're ever going to get this. So notice we've got a quadratic. So think back to what we had to do in quadratics ages ago. We have to have it equal to naught to solve it. And then I'm going to put it in the format that we're used to. X squared plus 5x minus 36. So this is where we do PSN. So our product is minus 36 and our sum is 5. So you know it's going to be something to do with 9 and 4. So we'll have 9 minus 4. So rewrite your equation. Factorize the two pairs. You should have a common bracket, x plus 9, and then our other bracket is x minus 4. Now that would give us two answers for x, minus 9 and 4. Now obviously minus 9 doesn't make sense. The radius is not going to be minus 9 centimeters. So therefore our answer is that x equals 4 centimeters.